Hello, today I'm going into my ILLO square sketchbook. It's an 8x8 and I will be making this little bunny into a sticker. So right now I am just getting the design down and doing that whole process, and I just wanted to share with you my drawing process with colored pencils, which actually before the sketchbook never used except for like when I was a kid and coloring pages. So it was definitely a learning curve, but I really enjoyed this piece and the one to the left. You can see the duck I made, I think 2 days ago, which I did not record the process for, but I do love both pieces in the end. So you can see I'm going in with a bunch of little different detail furs. So how I do fur and in the left feathers is I start off with different little accent pieces of fur. So of course the bunny is brown, but I do little strokes of blue and green and black in rare cases because I don't like to shade with black. And I make these little detail furs in order to add some different colors, because usually a brown is never just a brown, especially in the image that I saw. And then on the left, the duck, I think the blue works really well for the shading. So in this piece, I am going in with a bunch of different colors to try and create more depth and interest in the piece. And then in this ear, I am using pink and yellow for the highlights. Like I said, I think different colors work better than just using a lighter brown. So I'm just making little dashes of and lines to represent the fur and then show the different little furs, and it kind of makes it look more detailed and it looks like it's fur rather than just colored in brown, and it adds more interest with all the different colors. Once I have those colors down, I will go in with a harder pencil. So I have the regular Prismacolors, and then I have these, I don't even know how to describe it, but they're basically like fine tip pointy Prismacolors. I forgot what the exact name of them are, but they are just harder, so they don't lay down creamy and mix like the other ones do. So that harder Prismacolor right there, I go down so that way you can still get the fur textures without it all blending together into kind of a color blob, but also having a full layer of color without doing a million individual colored hairs. I really loved how this piece came out. It was honestly a big learning curve. So it started off, the page ripped out earlier, and so the page behind it is actually, I tried to do a bird, but the head was so big and I didn't realize it till after I had rendered all of the head that it was completely disproportional and the body would not fit on the page. So I was like, okay, well this page ripped out of my sketchbook earlier, so I'm just gonna do a piece on it and then basically glue it over the bird, because I like my sketchbooks to have pieces that I actually like or I get discouraged from using them. So yes, and originally I was going to do a raccoon design and it was going to be really cute and I was so excited about it, and I could not get the raccoon's head shape right. I don't know what it is. I'm still trying. I can't get it. I don't know why. I just, I want to be able to draw a raccoon, but I can't get the proportions right. It always ends up either looking like a red panda or a mouse or possibly a raccoon that got ran over. So I don't know why I cannot get the raccoon right yet. You'd think if you can draw one animal, you can draw others. Not the case. So after those two struggles, I was like, oh my goodness, I need a win. I need to draw something that I actually like. So I put my whole heart and soul into this little bunny rabbit because I love bunnies. And I guess I was in a spring mood lately because there's the little duckling on the left and then there's a bunny screaming Easter one next to each other, even though it is July and about to be October. But I don't know, I love bunnies, I love little ducks, I hate grown ducks because they're terrifying, but I want to own a bunny. We're in an apartment right now, so once we move, I am going to convince my husband to allow me to have a bunny because it is all I want. I just, they're so cute. And I used to have one when I was a kid, but my parents got rid of it. I was 5 and they didn't want to take care of it, so no more bunny for me. And I am holding a grudge over that bunny, and I want another bunny to take care of and love and have a big yard for, and you get my point. I just want a bunny. So I wanted to draw one because I've been wanting a pet so bad, but we have a newborn and a toddler, and right now is not the time to get a pet, but I want either a cat or a bunny, and I love frogs, and there's this tortoise at my local pet store that is just so cute, and he's been there for so long, but yeah, right now is not the right time for a pet because I can't give it the love and attention it deserves with a newborn and an art career and a toddler that's starting school this year. So, yeah, anyway, that's why I think I've been drawing animals, because I just really want a pet. I actually used to never draw animals. I couldn't get them right. Only thing I would draw was birds, which is kind of funny considering I can't get birds right now. So I've been moving on to frogs and bunnies and little ducklings, which I know a duckling is a bird, but it's not like the same. The beak's different. It's slightly different, like anatomically. I can't get a bird lately. I don't know why. I used to be so good at birds. Yeah, so I decided to draw a bunny because I'm just wanting a pet. And I'm not very good at drawing cats. I can kind of get them, and you know it's a cat, but you're kind of like, that's like a weird looking cat. I mean, I get the point, but anyway, I'm rambling about wanting a pet because I really want a pet, but I have too much on my plate. We cannot get a pet. Anyway, geez, shifting gears away from the pet category because obviously I guess I get really passionate about it. Here I am doing the body. I did the face and I was so proud of the face. I absolutely love it. For the body of this bunny, I actually struggled with the front bit. I feel like I pulled the face off great and I feel like the back came out great. But for some reason, the front, I was struggling a little bit to make it not look like one big brown blob. So I was adding a bunch of different browns and a bunch of different like colors in there and trying to just make it not a blob, and the shadows were kind of weird on the front. And it was just kind of hard to get. So you can kind of see me like switching nonstop through pencils, trying to figure out what I'm doing, which in the end, it pulled together very nicely, I might add, but it was a little bit of a struggle and a learning process because as you can see in the duck, I struggled with the shadows a little bit too, and I was trying not to make the body of the duck look like one big blob compared to all the details that go into the head of the animal, which is difficult. It's difficult when an animal has whiskers, nose, eyes, everything that you can kind of differentiate, and it's not just one form, and then the body is one form, and then it's hard to add shadows and divots and trying to make it look like not just a brown blob compared to the detail of the head, since there's so much going on there and not much going on in the body. I think I pulled it off in both pieces, but I think I pulled it off more so in the bunny because the duck's body is just a tad bit weird. And I went in white with white highlights to do the whiskers and little highlights, and I think this brought this piece completely together, and it made it look so good and so realistic, and I love it so much. It is my baby. This is probably the best colored pencil sketch I've ever done, considering I don't really do colored pencil at all. I just kind of started dabbling in it, and I love it. It is just, it makes me happy. And then I started adding leaves and grass. That leaf right there came out like a little bit large and oddly placed. In Procreate, when I made this into a sticker, I actually put grass over that leaf because I just was not a fan of that one leaf. I don't know what it was. It didn't fit very well. So I kept going in and adding little clovers because when I think of bunnies, I think of clovers. And I wanted to put it in grass because I feel like it's hard to make the feet and the back of the bunny without grass kind of interrupting the composition a little. It just looks like it's floating, so I always feel like it needs grass at the bottom to make it look a little bit more cohesive and just all together, I guess. After I put in the grass though, I feel like it just, like I said, came together. Tried to add flowers, but I already had like so much colored pencil going on that I kind of couldn't. But I like it with just grass. It looks good. I like the different shades of grass, and yeah, it just, and then there's that one awkward leaf. I don't know. I tried to fix it, didn't really work. So yeah, and then I went over with a tad bit more brown to kind of darken up and help differentiate a little bit. And I also think that helped. And there was my daughter's head. But yeah, here's my bunny. I love this bunny. I messed up a little bit at the top, but it's okay. So yeah, I love everything about this piece. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.